I am I am very nervous when talking in front of cameras because I'm not used to making videos. But I think this can tell you something. Is that even though you can see that I'm very nervous right now, I'm not making very fluent speeches, but I'm still here, aren't I? I'm still here trying to talk to you because I know that I have a mission to deliver the information you need to you, even though I'm nervous, even though I can't do this very well yet. But I'm doing it. I'm doing it nonetheless. I'm trying my best to tell you what you need to know, to tell you what you need to know to get your first local friend, because I've did it and I want to help you to do it. So step 2, I'm going to give it straight and simple. You're going to start talking to a stranger. You're going to start a conversation out of the blue. Now, before we start, step 1 is right here. If you don't do step 1 before you do step 2, it probably is okay, but step 2 will be extremely hard if you haven't even done step 1 yet, which step 1, when I was starting it, took me about 2 days of constant inner battles, just fighting and fighting myself to get myself to go over that fear and raise my hand in the classroom. Well, step 2 is is way worse. But after that, things are gonna get easy. I can promise you that. The exact thing that you can do, listen up. Next time you're in class, you're gonna sit next to someone when you're in lecture or you're in your smaller classroom, someone you haven't talked to, someone who you're interested in talking to. You're not gonna put on any disguise. You're not gonna pretend to be someone you're not. You're not trying to become cool. You're not trying to be cold, or you do push and pull. You try to play with your psyche. No, just you, your real self, your authentic self. You're gonna wave to them, get their attention, and when they turn and look at you, you smile. You say, "Hey, what's up?" And you wait. This is how you say hello, and this is what I do every day when I see a person that interests me. Even when the situation isn't really good for me to meet a person, such as they're just walking on the street, if I really wanted to, I just go up to them and say, "What's up? Can we have a talk?" And if they say no, then I say, "Okay, have a good day," and I back off. Now you have fears. When I'm talking about it, I'm even starting to have fear, although I've done this hundreds of times. The first fear is that they will reject you. They will say something mean about you, or worse, they might not even look at you. They might ignore you, which has been one of my deepest fears since I came to America. I just fear that when I try to talk to someone, they would ignore me. They would pretend they don't hear what I say, and I wouldn't know what to do. I mean, what do you do in that situation? Later in the years, when I actually did get ignored, I get ignored a lot. That's just a part of the social process. When you make a gamble of talking to someone, sometimes it doesn't go well. Sometimes they do ignore you. If they do ignore you, you just walk away, or you say, "Okay, not for me." Or you say, "Okay, have a good day," and you leave. That's about it. But it's not as simple as it, right? See, after you get rejected for the first time, you probably have gotten rejections before, and they hurt like you've been punched in the stomach. Not a very good feeling. What I want to tell you now, you might not like it. It's not gonna go away. The pain will be there no matter what you do. Your first rejection will hurt like hell, and you are still going to make the approach, because that's what it takes to get a friend, for us as an international student. You can't afford to just be average or be passive and wait for someone else to come find you. That doesn't happen a lot. And frankly, because we have bad communication skills. Even if that happens, you're not gonna play very well, and the person who tries to approach you probably will not like you. That's just how it works. You don't have experience, you must go out and learn them if making more friends is your goal. So you can either contemplate, you can think about it and create more pain for yourself. Thinking about it in your head doesn't help. When you do the action, if it's gonna hurt, it is gonna hurt. So the best way is actually to do the action right now. If you have the time, go out and talk to a stranger right now. Yes, that's not what you want to do, and it's just really scary, but you do it. You're not weak if you can't. The first time I tried to start my first conversation was at a ball game. Someone was standing and watching the ball in the audience seat, and I went up to him. I waved and said, "Hey, what's up?" This dude looked at me with no facial expression and just looked back. Keep watching his ball game, pretend that I don't exist. I was ignored on my first approach to a stranger. And I thought that this might happen, but I didn't know that it will actually happen. So what I did, I just walked to the bathroom, pretended that I was taking a leak, and I was actually happy about myself. It didn't hurt as bad as I thought. It didn't hurt that much because he didn't want to talk to me. I was just happy that I destroyed my fear and took action. I'm just glad that I took action. So what we've go over today. Rejection is gonna hurt, no matter you like it or not. As time goes on, at about your 10th rejection, it's not gonna feel like anything anymore. But the first one, the second one, and the third one will hurt a lot. And remember what I told you to do. Wave, smile, say what's up, start a conversation. If they don't want to talk to you, let them. Don't hate them because people have a right to not want to talk to you. And I just want to wish you good luck because I know that I'm asking a lot from you. This is not something that you're used to doing, but trust me, the end result is happiness, is power, is friendship, is to become the person that you want to become, despite that it's hard. It's getting ahead of every other international student. This is so hard that I don't even see another person who did what I did. I'm sure there are people who did what I did, climbing out of my own personal hole, becoming more confident through working on myself from an awkward introvert. You see, I'm really not good at making videos right now, but I'm still doing it. I'm still improving, and I want to get this message to you. I will get better, and so will you. Once I make my 50th or 100th videos, I wouldn't be talking like this. I'll be talking confidently. I would bang out my point like lightning. And you will be smooth in social situations if you've done what I told you to. Say hello to people. Show your authentic self. Don't hide behind a mask because that's gonna make it worse. People don't want to talk to someone who's not cool. They also don't want to talk to someone who is not cool but is pretending that they are cool. The only way you go up is by becoming your real self. It's by going out, putting your heart out there. Even though there is a chance that people will not like you, you do it despite. Because we are international students who wants to make a life for ourselves. And if this is too hard for you, don't worry. The first time I wanted to talk to someone, it took me like 5 days of just in there, fighting in there. I couldn't do it. I thought, do I really want this? It's gonna hurt so bad. But the thing is, eventually, I did it. I did the thing, and now I'm free. So it doesn't really matter if you can't do it at first, but just know that if you do it eventually, if you just do it once, if you beat your fear once, then you're golden. You are the person who is going closer to your goal. You respect yourself, and you respect that you have the ability to go over your fear. This is what I want to talk to you about today. Step 2 is saying what's up to a classmate. After you did your first one, take a break and do a second one. Be sure to celebrate your wins if you actually end up doing it. I don't know if you will actually do it, but I think that you will eventually. You've heard this message, you've known how to do this thing. So now all there is left is to beat your fear and do it. I'll see you next time. Oh, I forgot something. Here are some mistakes that you're making that prevents you from having friends.